Okay, I've been told that people have not seen Trump for a few days and they want to know what's going on. So let me give these a real good ruffle shuffle and see if it can tell us what is happening. Okay. What is happening? Where is he at? What's going on? I just leave things kind of open-ended and let the cards tell their tale. And then hopefully I can interpret what it's saying. We'll see. Get one more time here. You want to make sure they're really good and ruffle shuffled. Okay, so what is going on with Trump? What's taking place? So the story is about a victory. What kind of victory is there? What are we looking at? A victory. Okay. The energy coming in is a tempering, a victory of tempering. What's going on now? Oh, just too many things are raining down on his head. Nightmare scenarios. Okay. Now, the other day, he had a talk with Mexico and he came back and said, Mexico said they're stopping this, they're doing that. And she came back and said, oh no. So that divine feminine is saying, you're not going to sit here and lie to people like that. That was not the conversation, okay? And she's out there with that sword and saying, no, So the challenge is his attempting again to hold on to control, moving that forward, okay? Now, I think that part of this, again, we get the bear a lot of times. That for me is Russia. So I would say the challenge is all these elements of the ones under that control, trying to implement these things with an outcome of, again, that truth wanting to come out rapidly, that peregrine falcon underneath of it all is being tied up. So tied up is the victory that we're having underneath of it. Okay, so underneath of it, tied up. When it comes to their cushy life, the ones that were attempting to empower this, charging forward, okay? They are being more and more tied up. That's what's going on underneath things, underneath this the powers that be underneath, okay? Let's just say the energy that's moving underneath of it is about tying them up from their comfortable lives of going forward, okay? So when it comes to the victory, let's look and see what this is about. A victory when it comes to the harvest, which looking pretty self-satisfied with that, and having to walk away, distancing themselves from that, okay? So it's looking like the victory, they thought the victory was at hand. They've got all these things gathered and collected in their little box. But again, then we have the card of that distancing, having to walk away. So it looks like those things are kind of slipping through their hands as we go forward when it comes to Trump. Okay, so the energy coming into it is about the temperance, new action taking places when it comes to temperance, and their craziness, their moon, their darker agenda, their barking mad craziness that he's trying to put out. There is new action coming in to temper these things. So when it comes to, again, what's going on now, and we have him with these swords of truth just coming down on his head and an ending coming. He's got the death mask there. The ending is coming and more and more. We've got 9, 10 of swords. We've got 8, 9, 10. So this is building up. More and more is raining down on his head daily. Daily endings, everything they're trying to put into motion is getting stopped. It's getting stopped. It's getting stopped. More and more of this truth is coming down. And the challenge when it comes to them implementing these things, when it comes to the lovers, those involved in this and the dance that they're doing, of control, of power. Remember, here we go with the outcome of this truth being brought in rapidly. The Peregrine Falcon, they're on it. This is weighing him down with the messages, okay, with the messages that are coming out. Okay, so it looks like whatever's going on with Trump, I think he's just embroiled in this with so many things coming down on his head that they've tried to implement. And like I said, the president of Mexico came out and said, oh no, this is not what we talked about. Okay. That just bring back again that last reading with the queen with the sword of truth standing there and saying, you're not going to sit here and lie like that. Now, I just saw also that Democrat was standing up to change things in the Supreme Court with them. They did not do an investigation into Kavanaugh. All of that stuff was suppressed by Trump in the White House during that time. So more and more of this stuff, every time they try to move, that he tries to implement this stuff, more is coming down on his head, and it's gathering speed, gathering momentum, and it's piling on more and more and more. Remember, we came in with the Eight of Swords, just tie him up. The Nine of Swords now, the stuff is coming down, the nightmares, sleepless nights, and the Ten of Swords, absolutely nailing him to the ground with all of this, okay? So whatever's going on with him, it's just mentally, he is stymied. I think it's just zapping his strength, and so that he doesn't have time to be out there blustering and doing anything else, because all of this stuff is crashing down on him on a daily basis, and it's not going away. This victory they thought they had is slipping through their hands, and they're seeing that they have to walk away from a lot of these things that they were wanting to implement, because more and more truth is coming out, more and more resistance is coming to the forefront. Let me pull 3 cards on the resistance that's coming up. What can you tell me about this resistance that's coming up? Let's see what it says. The wheel is turning. Yeah, karmic. The wheel is turning when it comes to resistance. More truth is coming out. We have the little birds that are talking, okay? I think that this has to do with, sometimes this is also seen as a spy in the camp, somebody that's outing it. And again, it's about this moving forward, seeking that truth for America, that this is what is taking place in this resistance. More are coming. The karma is hitting the fan for this guy. There are those that are going to be, speaking out, witnesses against him, and they are looking for all the truth as rapidly as they can, warriors for truth in this resistance. And so on that note, I'll leave that here. I get that his thinking is muddled. Okay. He's on, I don't know what kind of drugs they're giving him, but they're giving him something, and his thinking is really muddled. It's like his thinking is like in a heavy pea soup. Okay. And he just keeps going back to the same nonsense and thinks that he can continue to put out these lies and that people are just going to eat it, and they're not going to eat it anymore. They're not going to just accept whatever nonsense story he's putting out there. Yeah, he's having some trouble with his systems. I think, again, that he's had mini strokes and things are going on with him, besides the drug use, besides the whatever it is he's taking, Adderall or whatever it is to keep him going, which he's taken for so many years. I think that this is now, it's not working for him any longer like it was. And of course he's got his Donnie Jr. there, the cocaine king, cocaine cowboy over there, that talks 10,000 miles an hour, carrying his stuff and rubbing his gums, and yeah. So he's got all that to contend with, which he doesn't want to see. He doesn't want to acknowledge that his son really should be in rehab. And of course, Eric. Yeah, Eric wants to try to get involved and he wants to be there, but he's just, they just are. Yeah, Eric, go sit over there. Go sit over there, Eric. He's trying to be involved even more. Okay. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.